How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether price is going up or down. Future Ethereum upgrades could allow full nodes to run on mobile phones, says Vitalik Buterin. Speaking during the Korea Blockchain Week, Buterin addressed the decentralization and scalability challenges facing the Ethereum mainnet. In the longer term, there's a plan to maintain fully verified Ethereum nodes where you could literally run it on your phone, Buterin told the conference, reiterating a point on the roadmap. Speaking of the roadmap, he said it includes stateless clients using vertical trees as a means of significantly reducing the hardware requirements for running full nodes on the network. He noted that today, it takes hundreds of gigabytes of data to run a node. With stateless clients, you could run a node on basically zero. Stateless involves reducing the network's reliance from all nodes needing to store the entire state of the Ethereum blockchain to only requiring limited space for validating transactions. Buterin also mentioned that implementation of stateless comes with technical problems, which couldn't be resolved in 10 to 20 years. Visa promises faster credit card payments with USDC on Solana. Visa said that it's working with merchant acquirers WorldPay and Nueve to allow them to sell with USDC instead of receiving fiat currencies. A settlement is when the issuing bank transfers funds from the cardholder's account via a payment gateway to the bank, accepting card payments on behalf of the merchant. By leveraging stablecoins like USDC and global blockchain networks like Solana and Ethereum, we're helping to improve the speed of cross-border settlement and providing a modern option for our clients to easily send or receive funds from Visa's treasury, said Visa's head of crypto, Kui Suffield. So, on to our next article, last one. Metamask introduces bank and PayPal cash-out options. Users of the Metamask cryptocurrency wallet can now cash out their digital assets or fiat currency and send it to a bank account or PayPal account. The feature is now available in the US, UK, and parts of Europe, Metamask said in a Tuesday blog post, explaining that users of its browser-based platform can convert their crypto to dollars, euros, and pounds, and they also have plans to expand into other regions. So, onto the charts. That was not the charts. There we go. We are getting a little bit of a scam wick here again. Our RSI is pretty flat. This is on our total, which is everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum, so all your altcoins. Our stochastic is pushing lower, our money flow is arching away, and our VWAP hasn't managed to break through that neutral yet, so we could start to see it pull away if we get a red candle tomorrow if this closes red, or even if we stay pretty flat like this. We did try to come up to our resistance, and we did not manage to break through and make it support. Over on Bitcoin dominance, we are seeing a little bit of a drop. Nothing too exciting, but we are starting to roll over. Stochastic's coming out, RSI's coming out, our VWAP is heading down, money flow's coming out, and our momentum is coming out. So overall, there's more selling pressure than we have buying pressure. Over on Bitcoin futures, we may be able to make some kind of goofy double bottom if we're able to push up from here. If that were to happen, that could propel us up toward this little area that we have, that higher gap. But that would really beg the question to how we would fill the 20k gap, as that would be a lot of things have happened that brought us down here, and there's not really too much more that I could see happening to bring us lower unless the whole market took a kick in the teeth. Our stochastic is starting to head down. It's kind of starting to roll off. Our RSI is coming back up. We are trying to gain a little bit of bullish momentum here. Our VWAP is trying to head up. Money flow is trying to head up. We do have a bit of a bearish trend with the money flow currently, so bear that in mind. Our momentum is coming out, but it does want to rebound as that VWAP is trying to push that neutral and flip bullish. So if that VWAP can gain some strength and cross through with conviction, and it doesn't just roll off at this 5 or get stuck at this 5, then we could see a decent bounce up. Over on Bitcoin, we are pushing under our flag, so we are smashing down. Speaking of which, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and join us with the Discord link up above or in the description down below. Our stochastic is pushing away, RSI is overall pushing away. Our VWAP is starting to ride flat under that neutral, but it's starting to gain slight action downwards. If that keeps up, we could see it just break down. Money flow is starting to roll off. Our momentum is overall heading out. We are getting higher lows currently as that VWAP wants to go bullish, but is struggling. So if tomorrow we get a strong red candle, we could see some movement downwards. We do have a decent gap right between where we're at and right about this 25k even. So we could get like a $700 candle. Not too crazy when you see candles like that. Sorry, looking for my keyboard. It's in a different spot now since we moved things around. We are overall rejecting our bear flag, so we came up, tried to come back up for another retest, and we got rejected, and we're heading down. We are trying to make a kind of bottoming pattern. We want to push forward. Our RSI wants to come up, and our stochastic wants to come up. The VWAP is in bullish territory, and our money flow is in the bullish territory. So we do have those things going for us. If we can get some green candles past this resistance, we may see some continued strength up toward the resistance up here, toward the top of our flag. However, if we just hit this again and then taper off, we could see all the bullish momentum subside and pull away. The momentum does want to somewhat come up. It is pretty flat though, considering that VWAP's in the bullish territory and the money flow wants to run up. So if the VWAP just rolls over, it is struggling to get past 4. If it just rolls back over, we could see the money flow get sucked under and the momentum may take a pretty strong leap down. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic does have a bullish divergence. It does want to head up. We are getting higher lows as price is making lower highs. So we do have that divergence. Our RSI is trying to head up. Money flow is trying to head up. Our VWAP's in the bullish territory. That momentum has a green dot because the VWAP's in the bullish territory. So we could see a little bit of a double bottom here. That could try to break us through this resistance area, possibly push us right around this 26k, at which point if we reject from there, we could see lower price action. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic is running up, RSI is coming up, the VWAP is running up, the money flow did peak into the bearish territory, but is in the bullish territory. It's not currently too strong. So as the next few candles start to open red, we could see a bit of a rejection from this area and we could see a push down. If that does happen, we could give up the strength on those medium to higher time frames. That VWAP does want to roll over as well. The momentum is trying to come up, but if the VWAP rolls over and the money flow loses the strength, then we're likely going to see the momentum come back down as well. Over on graph, we are trying to retest our flag. We didn't quite get inside and hold currently. We do still have a little bit of time. Our RSI is pretty flat. Our stochastic wants to head up. Our VWAP is trying to head up. Our money flow is kind of curling away from this 5 zone and pulling back. So keep an eye on it. If we head back down and make a consistent low, we could get trapped in a trend. However, if we make a lower low, we could start a new bear trend. The momentum does have a bullish divergence that wants to bring us up, so we do have that going for us. That VWAP is in the bullish territory, but it's not too strong yet, so we're going to have to watch it closely. Over on the 4 hour, we came up into our flag, and we started to reject away. We did get a pretty strong red candle that formed a tweezer top, but we are trying to get a green candle to invalidate that. So if we get another green candle, we could break this resistance area and try to flip it to support again. Our stochastic is starting to round off. Our RSI is trying to trend up, but it is a little iffy. Our VWAP is rolling over, and our momentum's kind of dicey as well. The money flow is on the bearish territory, riding just under that neutral. So if it curls away from here, we could start a bear trend. Over on the 2 hour, stochastic is pushing down. Our RSI wants to come up, but if the stochastic continues to lose strength, that RSI is going to lose strength. The money flow is trying to have a trend up overall, making higher highs, but consistent lows. Our momentum is starting to round off with a red dot. Our VWAP is pushing into the bearish territory, so that could suck our momentum down. If the momentum and stochastic continue downward with the VWAP, we could see a breakdown from here. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic wants to make a bullish cross and head up. Our RSI is trying to head up. Our momentum is trying to curl up, but overall, our money flow has been trending out. Our VWAP is in the bearish territory. It is trying to head up with a slight bullish trend going, so that could break us back up if it can carry some strength into the bullish territory with the money flow. However, if the VWAP crosses up, goes weak, and the money flow breaks bearish, we could see the VWAP roll back over, and we could get another leg down. Over on Anchor for the daily, we are trying to get a retest here too. A little bit more green than our other patterns because we did drop a little bit lower. Our stochastic is trying to head up. Our RSI is trying to head up. Our money flow is in the bearish territory. It's trying to head up, but it's trying to flatten out. Our VWAP is in the bullish territory. It's not too strong right now, so if it rolls over, we could see a rejection here. Our momentum does have a bullish trend going, so that does want to carry us forward. Oops. Over on the 4 hour, we have a reversal arrow here. So we were going up. That reversal arrow could bring us back down, and we could see this pattern play out. Our stochastic is starting to round off. Our RSI is coming up. Our VWAP is starting to round out. Our momentum is starting to round away. Our money flow is in a little bit of a bullish trend right here, at least the last few candles, as we're getting higher highs and higher lows. So if that continues, the money flow could try to go bullish, and we could set a bullish trend here. Over on the 2 hours, stochastic's overall falling. Our RSI is trying to come up. Our momentum's got a divergence happening. We have a green dot on our momentum though, so the momentum does want to come back up. That VWAP is trying to make a rebound, but the VWAP's not very strong here. The money flow is also not too strong, so if both those things roll over, we could see another leg down and overall reject from this trend. However, if they gain some strength here, we could break our resistance and continue forward. Around the 1 hour, we gapped up to try and fill our gap, but we went past it, so that could just be 2 points in confluence to bring us back down. We did fill, dots would go away. We did try to fill this higher gap right here around that 1842. So we filled most of the gaps we covered. We didn't fill this 1867 gap yet. We tried to, but we got rejected. So we could come back up, try to fill that 1867, and then we could ultimately see a rejection with this gap here. Our RSI is starting to kind of curl out. Our stochastic wants to make a rebound, so our stochastic wants to gain some strength here. Our momentum wants to curl up with a green dot, so that momentum wants to continue forward because our VWAP's in the bullish territory and heading up pretty decently. Our money flow was heading pretty flat, but we are trying to rebound and gain some more strength. So if this continues, we could see another leg up. However, if we hit that 1867 and all this bullish momentum starts to fade out, we could see lower price action as we have these two lower gaps here. Over on XRP for the daily, we are just touching our support. We want to break down, kind of straighten that out. We want to break down, but we're not really managing to yet. Overall, this bear flag could drop us lower. Our RSI is curling out. Our stochastic does have a bullish cross and it is heading up. Our VWAP is in the bullish territory, but it's struggling to get past this kind of 2.5, 4 zone. So if the VWAP rolls over here, we could end up breaking down. The money flow is already starting to curl away, so I would keep an eye on tomorrow's candle. If we break below this flag, we could see this flag play out. However, if we bounce from here with tomorrow's candle, we could hit the point control and try to break through that, at which point we could try to hit the top. If we do manage to hit the top over the next couple days or even the next few days, that would be our third touch to the top. And if we don't get a wild break out of the pattern, that would mean that would be the point we could see a break down from, because usually you'll get your 3 touches. Our money flow is curling out. Momentum's kind of wishy-washy. It wanted to come up, but it's starting to kind of curl. Over on the 4-hour, we are pushing back into our pattern, so we have this bottoming pattern here. Our RSI is trying to head up, stochastic's coming up, our momentum wants to come up with a green dot as our VWAP is trying to push into the bullish territory. If this VWAP can maintain bullish strength, we could do what I said, make that third top. However, if the VWAP starts to curl away from here, we could just see a premature breakdown. Our money flow is trying to come up with the VWAP too, so that is pretty decent for a move up. We're going to need to get above this 5-5 zone. If we get through that, then we could get a bullish ride up. However, if the money flow starts to pull away, the VWAP could meet resistance and start to pull away as well. Over on the 2-hour, RSI is trying to head up, our stochastic is running up, the VWAP's running up, but the money flow is not really going too far. So even though we're getting these runs up, there's not much buying pressure. Our momentum is trying to come up, but overall we look a little dicey. Over on the 1-hour, we have a reversal arrow. The last time we got that, we got a little bit of a pump up, and then we ultimately fell away. We are in a bit of an uptrend like we were there, so we could see the same thing happen. Our stochastic's starting to round off. RSI is starting to kind of round off. Our momentum is running up. The VWAP is pushing down. And the money flow is kind of starting to arch out. So if the money flow starts to taper off, we could set up bearish momentum here. Finally, for algo, we are bouncing off support, so that is decent for us. We're going to need another green candle to follow to confirm some bullish action. Our stochastic is starting to get tight. It wants to make a bearish cross, sorry. Our RSI is pretty flat. VWAP is starting to round over and could break through the neutral. Our momentum's rounding off and could be a red dot. So if we get a red candle tomorrow, we could see that red dot come out and we could drop from there. Our money flow is trending up, but is starting to curl. So it is looking like we could round off. Over on the 4-hour, we're pretty flat here, haven't gone too far. This could be like some sort of a inverse Bart Simpson maybe, where we have all these zigzag touches down, but we don't go anywhere, and then we push up. That could give us a push toward the top, which could give you like a third top, at which point we may break down if we don't manage to break out away from the pattern. Our RSI is heading up. Our stochastic is heading up, our VWAP is heading up, it is in the bullish territory slightly, and the money flow is trying to break through that neutral. So if the money flow can flip bullish, we could get a strong move up from here. Our momentum does have a green dot, and it's trying to roll up as well. Over on the 2-hour, our stochastic does have a bullish cross, but it doesn't really have much room to go, so it could just ride this overbought zone. Our RSI is coming up because it has as much strength as it can have. Our VWAP is in a bullish trend. Our money flows in a bullish trend. So overall, we do have some decent trends going as we're getting higher highs here. Our momentum is in a bullish trend too. We do have a green dot and it's trying to break through. I believe it's just right around here. Kind of hard to see, but everything is pushing up, so we could get continued movements upward. if this persists on the 1 and 2 hour. On the 1 hour, we're looking a little iffy. The money flows overall arching out, so we could set up a bearish trend soon. Stochastic is trying to run up, RSI is trying to go up, our momentum's trying to go up. So we are making a little bit of bounces, we are maintaining bullish strength. We have a reversal here though, so that's a little worrisome. We have manipulation X's that want to bring us down. So overall, we do have some pressure to the downside, but we do have a lot of indicators trying to point us up. So maybe we get a little bit of one more pump and then a breakdown. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.